Everything's looking good in here.
These clothes were headed to the landfill,
Love me some college sweatshirts.
rejected by most thrift shops. But a lot of effort goes into saving items that no one else wanted. So let's go back in time to see how it all starts. Lindsay Scarrow owns a vintage clothing store in Saskatoon. It's called Replacing You. To stock her shop, she used to go thrifting every day in Saskatoon, but she recently started bulk ordering clothes from a rag house in BC.
It's exciting in the sense that I have no clue what I'm gonna get. Like, I'm not really getting Husky Athletics stuff when I'm ordering from BC. I like the aspect of it that's kind of like a mystery, like it's a surprise when I open the bulk orders.
Clothes that are rejected from thrift stores and would otherwise go to the landfill are sent to rag houses, ginormous warehouses covered floor to ceiling in clothes. Kelly Jimeno Hansen is the head picker at the Room Vintage, a rag house in Langley, BC. He digs through hundreds of thousands of pieces at his warehouse to find clothes for Scarrow.
So we buy bales of clothing. So that's like a 1,000-pound brick of clothing that gets shipped in on a trailer. And then we'll unload the trailer. The trailer will usually have like 60 bales on it. So that's around 60,000 pounds in total. That'll get unloaded, and then that'll kind of come into our inventory, and we'll go through that through the month. So an average month for us usually looks like we go through about 250,000 pounds of clothing.
So this time I wanted to focus more on sweatshirts and hoodies and women's tops.
Meanwhile, in Saskatoon, Scarrow does give some guidance. In February, she sat down and showed me what clothing pieces she's looking for this season to help the pickers narrow down their search. She sends over a new Pinterest board every month, with fashion trends she's hoping to tap into. The boards were filled with cool Y2K pieces. There were racer jackets, flared jeans, and vintage college sweatshirts. Once Scarrow receives her bulk orders, she launders every piece in bleach and soap to bring the pieces back to life before pricing and selling them. She loves fashion, but also trying to make a difference.
Because really anything that you could possibly want is already made. You just need to find it secondhand. It's just an easy way to create less waste. And the good thing about clothes is that given that they're not completely wrecked, is once you get sick of something, you can sell it secondhand too. Like it's not just a new way to consume, it's a new way to get rid of things too, is making sure that your old things can find a new home.
And there is a lot of clothing already in the world. On an average month, the rag house receives 250,000 pounds of clothing sent to them from thrift stores, clothing organizations, and charities across Canada. Clothes that don't sell from the warehouse get turned into rags for mechanics or cleaners who need the material. Last summer, the warehouse created rags to send to firefighters during the BC wildfires, so nothing goes to waste.
Just knowing that we can keep all these clothing from getting into a landfill or polluting the world is honestly just helps me sleep a little bit better at night. Just makes me feel like I'm doing my part more than just, recycling my bottles at home. It feels like I'm actually making a little bit of a difference if I'm keeping thousands of pounds out of a landfill.
Scarrow also feels like she's making a difference, making fashion more sustainable by making old clothing new and trendy again. Helena Mahalik, CBC News, Saskatoon.